Hello and good evening. With this beautiful music in the background. With this beautiful and relaxing music in the background. It's our music, it's our game music. Believe it or not, it is. It is. Hello. Hello. Hello and welcome to another stream of Plane Shift, a fantasy MMO. A fantasy MMO made in Unreal Engine. Aha ha ha. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hello Hula. Hi. Good evening. Let me see if I clicked on all the buttons, but it seems I did. I think I clicked on everything I need to click, right? Yes. Yes. I clicked pretty much everywhere, which is a good technique. So if you click everywhere at the end, you find the stuff, right? Hello, Marcel. Hi. You're a little alone. Don't worry. Don't worry, people will join. People will join. So what I want to do, basically the functionality we created yesterday, right, is complete. I think the first thing I want to do, I want to check some stuff that was made by Neverim, and it's some stuff that was made for the Dermorian village. So he's starting to build a few pieces for the Dermorian village, and the only problem is that I need to understand where those files are. Maybe, I don't know if you're listening, can you just send me the link? Yeah, I need a new link because I think that I had an issue in connecting that folder with, because I already have many plane shift things. So I need to create a new plane shift that is not the same. Let me see if it's still in the old place. If it's still in the old place, I think I can get it. Let me see if it's been renamed. No, it still has the same name. If it still has the same name, it's a problem, because I cannot link it. But anyway, we can. I can try again. I don't know why it doesn't link it. Because in theory, when you have install Dropbox, no. Add the team account, no. In theory, you can say download, and you can say save to Dropbox. But considering this folder as the same name of another one that I already have, which is called Plane Shift, right? I have a problem in adding the file. I mean, I can still download it. Let me download the house. So the house is meanwhile I can open Blender. Anyway, it takes a bit to load up. LV Shaw's V2, probably is this one, huh? I don't know. File management, boys, file management. I think it's this one. I think it's LV Shaw's 2. I think so. I think it is 3D buildings. You have no idea how many files I have in this machine. I mean, how many How many plane shift files I have on this machine is insane. Okay, this is an example. Well, an example. This is the Elfish house. In another hand, all the master of the universe cannot problem. Yeah, exactly. I know. I know. It's definitely my problem as well. So that is the house. Now, this house, we went through... we went through some review of this, right? And I think in terms of poly count, let me just see where we are. In terms of poly count, we are at 5,500 polygons, which is still slightly high though. But I think that these ones are already... These are already the lower version, right? Yes, definitely, yes. So we cannot go much lower than this. Well, here there is a bit of... I mean, if you want, here there is a bit of optimization possible, but... really not much. Is missing the door? Ah, the door is here. Okay, no, I'm wondering where we are losing that poly count, because I feel it was less than this. Yeah, this one cannot be reduced. 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 No, I think we are pretty much at the limit. The limit of the... It's strange because 500, 5,000 feels a bit heavy, but I guess... I mean, overall it's pretty lean. I mean, overall it's pretty lean. So, I would say it's not bad. I think it's good. I don't understand why we are spending the extra. But I think there are just many pieces. That's the problem. There are just many pieces. Now, we could lower a bit this one, but I don't know if it's a good idea. We could lower a bit this. We can have, you know, one round of decimate. It's a bit of a pity though, because I think it looks nice. But I think one round of decimate may be fine. So the idea is that this is the place where you sleep, okay? In the house. And I would say the more space we get, the better. So These faces are not double. Well, we can also associate a double face material, but usually I avoid doing that because it's very confusing. You have to do it on the material, and maybe the material can be reused, and if you reuse it, then you know you cannot. So my suggestion is always turn on back face culling, always, so that you're always sure that you see what is the real result. And you see, for example, this one is turned inside out, right? So this one is actually turned inside out. So this one has to be rotated. Let me see if we can. I don't know if I want to split this or I want to. Yeah, I think I want to temporarily split this. We are speaking anyway of 200 triangles. I mean, it's not a lot. I think we can leave it. I mean, I could do one decimate here, but it's not really going to do much, you know. It's just making it, yeah, just making it like this, which I think is a bit of a pity. I think I will not do to save 100 faces. I think I will not do it. I think I will not do it. I think it's okay. Maybe the only thing that we can do is potentially, yeah, there are some useless faces here, so we could delete those, but apart from that we cannot save much more. Okay, at least we removed those, which are not needed. This one we will have it go fully into the beam. I think it should be fine. I see your star, you left it burning for me. Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide, feel your heart and it's glowing. Let me see if that worked. Let me Dropbox something and see if the rename worked, because at the moment it was not working for me. Ah, now it works. At least it looks like. It doesn't have the folder though. It doesn't have the icon. Why it doesn't have the icon? Copy link, share. No, I just want to be sure that it is always updated. Right? So it is always updated. I don't know why this one doesn't have. You see that doesn't have an icon like all the rest. Probably because it's not considered as shared with someone, or I don't know. But anyway, let me try to save. Let me try to save on top of this, and we see if we get it. Let me try to save. Save as, and we go. And we go here. And we try to save it on top of it. 10.05. Okay, did it. So let me see if it gets updated in Dropbox. Yes, it does. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, it actually works. So let me reopen it. So then maybe we get the textures. Actually, it seems we don't. I never understood exactly how it works that, you know, sometimes textures are in the same directory or they are not in the same directory. And so the editor, Blender doesn't see them, doesn't see the textures. I don't know why. So the texture is here. I just need to point probably to this one as a body. Big wood side. Why this wood side is using 3 textures? Because it's the base, the roughness, and the normal. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah, it's very annoying that it doesn't take the directory directly, but, you know, it's taking... Anyway. Did I have to, you know, tell him again? This is not a good usage. I don't know. Neverim, are you... Hello, Piak Nashin. Hi. Neverim, are you listening? Because if you are listening, I can give you a review like on the fly. And if you listen by voice, it's easier. Hello. Wow, I cannot pronounce your name, but anyway, thank you for the follow. I guess. Cannot really pronounce your name. But I can check what your name means, though. I can check what your name means, believe it or not. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, that's your name. Interesting. Okay. Interesting name. But thank you for the follow. Okay, so if you are listening, texture-wise, you really want to maximize as much as you can the texture space. Okay, so basically in this picture, you are wasting, more than 60% of the texture, and that's a pity. So you want to maximize it as much as you can. And if you have to do something like that, just to maximize it, I think you should do it, right? And in general, texture space is very, 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 very precious, because the more you have, the better, it goes. Also, I see that you are using I don't know why, but you have some holes in your textures. Like, I don't understand exactly why, but it looks like there is a bit of a non-seamless, which may be fine, but yeah. But for example, between this and this, there is just a hole, and so this will always look like it's not seamless, I guess. Or not, I don't know. Yeah, it will probably look like this is not really connected to this one. So I think we'll make a big line. And also in terms of light, this will be a problem, because you will see, since the UV are separate, the light will be separate as well. So so in reality, in the texture is like this. I mean, it should be all this should be connected, right? It should be all merged. So I don't know if you want to redo it or what, but like this, is a bit of a pity, because we are wasting. I mean, we can leave it like that, but you will see a line. You will see a line here, here, and here. So you will see like 3 lines, because the UV are not connected. And also at the top, I guess, well, at the top, I mean, it's not very important, right? Because it's probably the player will not see it from the bottom. But just to say that this one also is very broken, you see. So is all these ones in theory should be at the center. And this should probably be merged with his brother on the side, and so on. Now, why it happened? I think it happened because there was a texture, and then we decimated the model. Then we reduced the model, and so all the faces that have been deleted in the decimates may go places, right? So, but yeah, if you merge at center like that, it should be pretty much okay. Maybe not best, because you will still see a line here, right? Because it's a separate texture space, but it's okay. And then it's up to you to decide, if this is enough, or you want to, move it, and maybe put it in another space and zoom it in a bit, or things like that. It's not an easy piece, because it's very, very long. So I mean, one trick could be to actually split it in 2, right? So just take this part, mirror it on the X and right, and bring it like this, so that yes, unfortunately it's overlapping, but basically this means that with this piece you can use, you know, you can use double the texture size, right? So you could rotate 90 and then scale it up a lot and put it like this. Also, or I mean, if it's completely seamless, right? If it's completely seamless, then you can really just scale it up. You know, you can just you know, scale it up like this. And even if it goes outside, if it's completely seamless, you don't care, and you gain in quality a lot. Right, but I think at least the hole you need to fix it if you can. That would be nice. It would be nice to fix it. Remember always to look at the texture UV, okay? So don't look at the end result, because the end result most likely looks okay, but then when you put light on it, it will not look okay anymore. So for example, these ones also have some weird stuff. I don't know, but you see this? You see these points? There are some points which are completely all over the place. I don't know why, but there are some points of the texture which are very, very stretched. I don't know what they are actually. It's definitely some of this. Maybe something in the middle that is not fully, I don't know. But yeah, but look, there are definitely some faces which are going weird. Yeah, this one's on the side. Yeah, this one on the like this one on the side is like zero side. So this one will give an error in Unreal, by the way, because if the texture is really one line, Unreal will give an error. Now it will still load. It will still load, but it will complain about it. It will say that, you know, the texture is not fine. Also, you have some faces like this one, for example, this one, which is super small, and this one, which is the one next to it, which is super long. So there is definitely some problems to fix here. It may still look okay. It may still look okay because at the end, you know, his wood is completely seamless, so somehow it may, yeah, but you see that actually it's showing the problem. It's showing the problem on it's showing the problem here on the side, you see? It's showing this, and so it's showing that there are some damages done. Not everywhere, it's just that part, and there is a bit here. There is another one here that has to be fixed. This one. There are just a few. I think it's quick to fix. But yes, would be good to fix it. Always remember to look at the UV map, because the UV map is telling you a lot. Yeah, this is another example of optimization. So you have basically two faces that are pretty much identical. Now, I think that you wanted to do it, I think you wanted to have them look slightly different, and I understand that. So probably there is not much more you can optimize, but I have to see this texture. Depending on how this texture is, you could put one on top of each other, right, if you want. I need to see. I need to see this texture, how it look like. There seems to be another texture. Yes, it's this one. Yeah, I think you can make it slightly different, still keeping, you know, kind of the same. But I understand that at least the visible one should be in different texture space. That could be a good idea, because otherwise they will look identical and it's not good. So this is probably a good idea. About the bottom, I think that one can be probably overlapped. So what I mean is that these two, you know, can probably be overlapped, and you can then scale them up in the texture space. But here is, anyways, good usage of the texture space somehow. I think that you can probably improve it, but by stretching it a bit, but it's fine. I think it's fine. For the parts inside, yeah, these are the parts that are actually very big, so I think they will not fit into a single texture. I don't know what you were thinking for this. Let me see. So on this one, seems you have only one texture. No. House table, house table, house table. House table. House table. Okay. Why doesn't it show me the texture here? And why I don't have a toolbar here? Okay, tool settings, yes, Sylvie Shouts, table, PNG. No, in this is not. I mean, considering the size of the table, which is actually pretty big, because it's spanning the whole house, you cannot really do a texture like this, because this will scale so much. This will tear. It will tear so much, right? When you go close, it will look very, very bad. So you really need to be sure that you are using a scalable texture. I mean, if you really want to do all of this one texture, which is possible, but you really need to have, you know, one texture for this piece at the top, only this piece, and it should be a tileable texture, and you will have to scale it, I don't know, like this, right, or more. Probably like something like this, so that he's taking the tile multiple times, right? It will probably be the best. And we can just switch it with another one just to show you the thing, but right. So this one, when you go closer, now it will be still kind of fine, just because it's scaled multiple times, and so it looks kind of decent. There are some issues here. There is a broken UV. Yeah, there is a UV that is like a line. But yes, I think that something like that can work. I think in terms of shape, I think it's very good. The shape, I like it. I think it's fine. So my suggestion is, if you can If you can start from the one that I saved and just review the UV and show that the UV are okay, maybe doing it piece by piece. So you take a piece, you Control L, you see how it looks. Also this one, I think you will have to scale it, because this beam is very, very high. This beam is like 3 meters, right? Or no, it's more than 3 meters. It's like 6 meters. So in 6 meters, you need more texture surface. So this one will have to be scaled, you know, probably like that, to have the right proportion between width and height, right? Otherwise that texture will always look that it's been compressed. So don't fear to go outside of the texture borders, right? If you have a seamless texture, because the seamless texture is exactly doing that for you. So you can go outside the borders and try to keep the ratio between width and height correct, right? So you don't have to fit on that all the time. These ones I think are okay because they're small enough. In general, again, always try to maximize the texture space, so which is always a good idea, right? So taking the full extent. I mean, it depends on the texture. I mean, it's not a general rule, but for these ones that are you know, all the same, like trees, I think it's fine. What about the door? What about the door? Yeah, the door will suffer from the same problem. Now, I think the border you can also overlap if you want. So you could, in theory, take this piece, you know, and mirror it vertically and move it, you know, and move it here. And I think no one will notice, really. No one will notice. And you can then scale this guy up to the size of the texture or more, depending on which type of texture is it. This one to me feels a bit too small. I don't know what texture you have, but in theory, if possible, this should be again at least as big as one texture, because remember that this is like 2 meters. Yeah, maybe at 2 meters we can also stay within one texture. But we always need to think about the size of the texture compared to the visual space, right? How much space there is in the game compared to the texture size. And if it's a beam that is very long like this one, then definitely you will have to tile it multiple times, like we said. Otherwise it will not fit. Yeah, decimate sometimes is messing up, I know. There is this thing which is under tools, when you are editing, you know, there is correct face attributes that basically is trying to keep the face UV correct even when you move geometry, right? And you can see that he's doing his best, you know, to keep it sane. Without it will be like this, right? So it will completely stretch it. That is without correct face, and there is with correct face, right? So you see that he's doing his best. Now here there is not a lot of geometry, so even Blender cannot do miracles. He can do what he can, but yes. Yeah, so okay, so I think that's my suggestion. Now again, I'm not an expert 3D modeler. I mean, it's not my job really, but I did a lot of 3D modeling, and somehow at this point, you know, I have some knowledge. Now again, I'm not the best person to give this kind of advices, but Yeah, the other thing, but this one maybe I can do myself if you want now, is that always use back face culling so that you see. For example, this one is one panel only, and as one panel only, unfortunately, is not good, right? Because it will not work. So we need to duplicate it. Actually, wait, we need to duplicate it all, right? So we need to take this, this, and this, and well, there are some useless vertexes here that we can save if we want. I mean, it's very few. It's nothing super important, but I always like to avoid, you know, useless faces if I can. That one was useless because it was not, you know, in the house. In the house slope. Okay, apart from that, we need to take this wall thing and wait, maybe let me do this. Let me hide. Okay. We need to take this and basically duplicate all the faces because and then we need to flip the faces that we duplicated. Face normal. Why there is no normal? What? Normal flip. Okay. So now they should be flipped. So now we should have both. Really, we have both sides. Okay. So we have a face that is on this side, and we have a face that is on this side. So even with back face culling on, which is what we have, yes, we have it on. We see the back face, and I think that what we will do, we will so this one I'm gonna save it so you can start from here. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going then to split this particular one. Yeah, I think we should also slightly move them because otherwise they are exactly one on top of each other and it's not really working. I mean, the engine cannot really compute something that is exactly in the same spot, I guess. But no, what I'm gonna do then is to take these two faces, right? And maybe we will have like a right click or something, and it will be interactive. And I don't know if I want to. I want this to maybe go down. I don't know how I will do it. If I will have this to go down, or if I will have to like rotate it in this direction. I don't know. I will think about, or go up. I don't know. Maybe go up. Go up, I think it looks weird. Or maybe I will have it disappear. Maybe I will have it as a separate mesh. And you can click. You will be able to click everywhere, you know, and just use. And this thing will appear and disappear. Is it not two-sided on real materials? Two-sided materials are always a bad idea. Because you have to set it on the material, and so let's say that this is leather, right? This is leather, and you want to reuse this material in another place. You will have to do another material, right? You will have to create another material just for that. So I don't know. I don't like two-sided materials too much because they are forcing you to create more materials in Unreal, which means that is another pass, right? Another pass. So it's better to have, you know, 6 triangles more than have 1 material more. So this is a bit of the thing. Okay, so I will save it like this. I think the house looks very, very nice anyway. I think this will be a very good piece. I think what I would do maybe is, I don't know if we want to have modular furniture, right? Maybe we can just do it with the texture though. Maybe the texture can be different, and you can have like drawers here or not, or you can have some stuff on top. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But if we can do one of those, you know, finished and then duplicate it and start to do a small village, I think that would be already very, very nice, because we could put it in game and we could have a small village. Let's say 5 houses, you know, 4 or 5 houses. We can put it in an area inside a forest, and we can put some NPC, and it will already be something, you know, will already be something available. Right. Okay, I save it like that, so you can continue from here, okay? And unfortunately, it's already 10:30. Do you want me to watch also the other one? I don't know if on the other one you also need some ideas. I think it's 3 hours number 3. The furnace can be separate, yeah. 3 house number 3. So this one, so I think the branches are still very, very small. At least my feeling is that these branches are super small. I don't know if you already made them bigger, but I feel that they should be way bigger. I don't know how many times, but probably 3 or 4 times at least. I would say at least like this. At least like this. Minimum. That is the bare minimum to... At least the one at the bottom, right? Then the one at the top can be a bit smaller. It can be... Yeah, the one at the top can also be like this, but... Apart from the fact that they are a bit squeezed, probably because the... But yeah, you should try to scale them on the Z, and then rotate again the... And then rotate the branch again, and again just be sure that you are bringing the pieces with it. But yeah, I feel that these branches should be much bigger. Also, as I told you already, I think that you need this to be connected at the top, so I don't think that this can stand on its own. So this thing, I think I did the same suggestion, you know, already the other day that when we discussed. This one should really be connecting to the top of the tree somehow. So to me, it should be okay. Now there is the problem. There is the inside, but to me, should be more like this. You know, more like this. Like if he's really hanging from the tree, right? Like if he's connected to the top of the tree. Because I don't think that the house can stay flat without any support, right? Unless you have a big structure inside of branches, but yeah, exactly. I don't think it can do this without a beam or something. So or you add a beam or you do it like this. I prefer to do it like this. I prefer that the house is looking like this, right? And exactly the same at the bottom. It's more looking like a sack, you know, like it should be looking more like a sack that is attached to the tree, right? Like this, then having his own structure. Yeah, exactly. More like an Easter egg. And then I think we will modify it a bit. We will probably not make it so perfectly. At the moment, it's very perfectly symmetrical, and I think that everything that is perfectly symmetrical looks kind of weird, you know, in real life. So I think it should be slightly different. I mean, maybe not much, but you know, symmetry is good for non-organic things. Organic things should be not really completely symmetrical to look nice, you know. I don't know why, but that's basically what it is. So yeah, so try to do a bit of that. I think in terms of size is I mean, this is a very large house. Okay, this is a very large house, very large. So it's 3 stories, you know, and super large. How do you go below? You should use the full space. So there should be a way to go at the lower floor as well. So we should use all these spaces. Should be used. Maybe can be used only as storage. I think it would be nice to have in this part. Let me do something. Let me open it up. Let me open it up. I think it would be nice to do. I cannot open it up because there is the second wall. Yeah. By the way, back face culling again. Please always use back face culling on. Okay. Because it's just better. Never remember where is it. Where is it? It's on the material, eh? No, it's not on the material. I think we don't have back face face orientation. Anyway, I don't find it now, but what I'm saying is that maybe, you know, those could be like storages. So if this is the structure, you know, seen from the inside, from the outside, there could be maybe just an area that you can access, which is just a hole on the floor, and maybe you can have a small carrucola in Italian, a small ranch right here that goes down, right? It goes down and goes below, and here you can have like a warehouse, you know, like a, I don't know, just a place to store stuff. That could be one way. Or you can just do a complete new floor. The other thing is that usually cat people don't really like this kind of stairs, so they don't build these stairs, because cat people, sorry, I mean elves don't really need this kind of stairs, because they are a bit like the cat people, right? So they are like climbing a bit. So I think we can still have this kind of stairs for very nice houses or very important houses, but it can also be more organic, you know. So it can be made of branches or something. So I think elves and cat people have a bit more messy houses than other races. right? And we still need to define the style a bit better, but okay. So there is my feedback, basically. Connect the top this way, okay? Connect the top, connect the bottom, make the branches definitely bigger, at least like this, if not more, right? Because these branches, as they are now, they look like crazy hair, and it's not good. And then make an access to the lower part, okay? And I think the rest, and then we go from there. Here, I think we will need to have a 3 or something. We will need to have, yeah. Here you need a structure of some kind. I don't know exactly what it will be, but it can just be a bunch of I don't know. It cannot fly. It cannot fly, right? It should not fly. So there must be a platform or something, or a 3, or should be fairly stable. Or okay, or if he's on this branch, yes, which could be, right? If this branch is bigger, yeah, if this branch I think I'm okay also with the branch. So without a vertical thingy is okay also with the branch, but then I think that this platform should be way smaller, right? I don't think they are gonna build something so unreliable, or something so heavy. So I think that this should become, you know, way smaller like this. Yes. And also I think and maybe, you know what we can do? We can have these ones maybe can be connected by, because the question is always how they stay up, right? How these things stay up. I think they should be significantly smaller, because I mean, being able to hold this weight is not easy. So I think they should be significantly smaller compared to what you have here. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. For some reason. So I think they should be significantly smaller, yes. And then maybe we can have some supporting lines. I don't know, but like for example, if I take this and I split it and I move it whatever, wait, right, so we can have some supporting rope. Maybe it can be made of rope. Yeah, okay, that now it's not really going there, but it can be something made of rope or whatever, or branches. I mean, I don't think it should be wood. I don't think it should be wood. I think it should be branches. Why is not rotating in this direction? It just doesn't want to, huh? Okay, it doesn't want to rotate where I want it to rotate, but fine. Okay, but you got the idea. I think it's easier if I just modify the geometry. You got the idea, right? So it can be maybe connected here and then connected like this, and be be like supporting structures made of rope. Because this thing needs to be attached. Otherwise, I mean, if this is unless this is all wood, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is all wood. I don't know. Think about it. Okay, we could have some supporting structures on the side like this, and I think it can even be a nice design element. Or it can be made by purpose, you know, as an arch. Yeah, maybe it can also be made by purpose as an arch, you know. I don't know. Think a bit about it, but I think it would be good if this thing is supported by a rope or something else. Okay. And the stair going down is good. But yes, I think that this thing should be way smaller. I think compared to a guy, I don't know if you have the guy here. No, you don't have the guy. But compared to a person, I think it should be just about the space needed to actually be able to move. I don't think it should be more than that. So it should be as small as possible. Even if it's a bit risky, I don't care. If it's a bit risky to walk, I don't care. I think it will look better if it's smaller. I mean, it makes more sense if it's smaller, right? So I think it should be smaller. Yes. Yes. It should be definitely smaller. Okay. I'm muted on the chat. No, you're not. Okay, so this is all my feedback. I hope it's enough feedback and you can move on and, you know, and you can finalize it. I think it's looking nice. I want to show you a picture of something that I found. No, maybe not now. It's taking me. I will send it to you by Discord, okay? Because it's too long to find it now. Okay, so yeah, if you can continue with those two houses, I think the progress is good. Just need to make the proportions of the branches more reasonable, because at the moment, compared to the size of the tree, they are not reasonable. And also I think that the tree probably could also finish a bit earlier, right? I don't think we need probably the tree to go. Yeah, I think it can finish a bit earlier. Probably also all these branches can actually be lower or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if you want a lot. What I'm saying is that I don't know if you want a lot of stuff above. Even if here there will be leaves, right? Here there will be leaves. Yes. And then if we have, you know, if we have more than one, you know, if we have more than one in the future, we may think to connect them, right? We may think to have like a bridge of some kind that is, you know, connecting the two. Now, I don't think it will be that straight probably, but because it will need like a suspension mechanism, right? So, but there could be something there could be something between the two trees, right? Maybe the top of the two trees, there could be something like that, which is which is a rope. Now we will have to make it nicer than this, obviously. I mean, it will have to be like, you know, in different pieces, and but right, but the idea could be that there is a kind of a rope, you know, that goes between the two major trees, and then there are right. But I mean, this is something we can do later on, but I think it would be nice to think about it for the future. Right? And then there are like things like that. That are just keeping the bridge. They're just keeping the bridge up, you know. So I think we need to build then a bridge between the houses. But let's start to finish one house and see and make it nice, and then we can do a variation. So maybe in the other house we can just move a bit the door, you know, move a bit the platforms, change slightly this design, or just rotate this design around, change a bit the tree, and maybe we'll have two variations, and we can do, and then we can do the middle bridge. That would be very nice. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I need a, I mean, if there is more that we should do, but I don't know if we want to have a door like at the bottom of the tree, or, but I don't think so. I think another point that I'm thinking is that for security reasons, you know, for security reasons, this part of the stair should be something that they can remove, right? I don't know exactly how, but the idea is that they can either, I don't know, move it up, or just have maybe the pieces rotate down like that, right? So that the state is not usable anymore. I don't know. We need to think to a mechanism for we need to think to a mechanism to remove the stair, like at night, you know, something like that. So at night you are removing this piece somehow. So if it's made of rope, you know, rope and wood, you could actually pull it up, right? You could actually pull it up. At the moment, it's not very clear to me how this is supported. How this is supported. If it's supported by rope again, or is supported by something else. I don't know, but we need this part to be retractable, right? So if it's made of rope, right? They could pull it up in theory. I don't know if you want just to have you know, a rope going down instead of the stair, just having a rope going down that you can climb. That probably would be the best. The only annoying part of having a rope, you know, of having only a rope. So imagine that there is only a rope going down and not the full stair. How the hell are you bringing materials up, you know? That would be very annoying. Unless you have, what is the name in English? For some reason I'm not finding the word. Pulley, yes, pulley.
Pulley.
Pulley. So unless you have a pulley of some kind, you know, that you have it here, and you can, you know, lift maybe with a cart, I mean with a box, like a small elevator. That's probably the easiest, boys. That's probably the easiest. If we have a small elevator that you pull with that you pull up with your hands, having it automatic, I think we cannot. But you can pull people up and down if you want. Right? So in theory it could be, what I mean is that it can just be a small box with rope, and from the bottom you have one rope that pulls the four. I think it's not very easy, but I mean in reality it's not very easy. But could be one way to pull stuff up and down. Or you have really a pulley, like with a, yeah, like that. I mean, with a handle, you know, with a handle that you can I don't know, think a bit about it, but I think we need a good way, you know, to go up and down, and at the same time we need a way to remove this stair if at night we don't want people to enter our house. Right? I don't know if you have any idea on that, but think about it, okay? I don't know, guys, you're always so silent. Do you have any ideas on this or suggestions? No? Yes? Maybe? Probably not. Probably not. Yum, yum, yum. I was drinking. Okay. That is my feedback. I hope you got it all. Okay, just an okay would be nice. Okay, silence. Why? Uh-oh. Okay, so let's move on, and let's move on to something else. Okay, so what I wanted to do tonight, even if we spent a bit of time on this, but I think it's good. Can be protected by some kind of hardwood. I don't know. I think the easiest is that they pull it up or because you don't want animals, right, to go in at night and steal all your all your food. Okay, so what I want to do, so yesterday we finished the left and right talent thingy, and I think it's working very well. I tested it a bit again, and it seems to work fine, so I think that part is finished. I also published a new video on Patreon about it, and I think it can be thorny bushes. Yeah, if you can remove them and put them back, yes. But I think it's not very easy to manipulate those things if they are but anyway, maybe. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to check where we are on the other talents. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I want to be able to play the talent after I selected it, right? So I want to be able to execute the particular ability, which should be an attack, and it will be the same as slash attack or slash ability, because we have two commands. We actually have two commands. We have slash attack and slash ability, right? And slash attack is for everything that is done by weapons, and slash ability. Now I don't know for the staff. I have no idea for the staff how that works, but I think we can start with the normal attack. So the idea of the normal attack is that the idea of normal attack is that when we click, we are in PS character. We are in PS character. Mouse and keyboard. Mouse and keyboard here. Okay. Yes. And yes. So it is where we should do it, right? So when I click, instead of doing request attack on PC, if we are using a special ability, we will do slash attack and that particular ability. Now, how do we know? That's the question. Because we need to know if the player selected a special one or not, right? And also if yes, we also need to do we also need to change the fact that if there is a special ability, you need to be able to return to the default attack. How do we want the default attack to be? I think the default attack should be just an empty icon. Maybe an empty. I'm thinking if I want to have an empty icon, or I want to have something that is just saying default attack. I think it should be an empty icon. I think it will be more intuitive if it's an empty icon. So to make it an empty icon, how do I do it? Whenever we are entering into our scroll UI, image material. I think that the point is that our image material should always have one additional icon names. Set up by icon name. They grow in the night. Come on. What do you mean they grow in the night? Okay, so you're saying fully magical. Fully magical. Okay. I think the point is if there is at least one special ability, we need to add one element, which is the empty attack, right? And I think it should be at the end, meaning that is not the first one that we select, right? Okay. I think we should do it here. I think we should do it exactly here. So I think we say if the length is greater than 1. No, I mean if it's greater than 0, if the length is greater than 0, right? I cannot say not 0. Eh? Okay. So if this is not 0, the tree is protected by himself. I can show you some real video plant protection. I see. I understand what you mean. I mean, we could do it. We could do it. The plant is really super magical, but do you think the plant will listen to the will of the people? Like that they want to close at night? Or sometimes it will not. Sometimes it will not close. So if this thing is 0, right? This graph will look a bit weird, I know already, but it's fine. This graph will look a bit weird, but it's okay. Okay. Now the only question is, how do we identify this attack as the default attack? I think we can have a skill ID -1. I think this is a good thing, right? So we can call it default. We can have everything at -1. It will have no icon, so the icon will be completely transparent. I think in this case, unfortunately, it will look white, and that's a bad idea. We need a way to have the icon look transparent, actually. So we need to change the alpha. And yes, and that's it. I think nothing else. So I think we do the same. We do the same here. We do the same on the left and on the right. We do the same on the left and on the right. And if it's false, it's just keeping the... Okay, so what do we get? So we get this default, okay? And the default will be empty. That is in case we have one ability. Now, if we get this, then I think we need to check if it's left or right, right? Secondary weapon, primary weapon. Secondary weapon, primary weapon. And here we need to check, if here we need to check. Now the problem will be, I think the problem is how to tell the engine that it needs to execute that attack with a secondary weapon. But there is a problem that I think I don't want to think about now. So I think that I will anyway consider that. Because if I do slash attack, do I know if I'm attacking with the left or the right? Ah, yes, here it is. We know. We know. Detect if it's a special attack. Detect if it's a special attack. But if it's a special attack, we are not considering anymore primary or secondary. That's kind of annoying. This will have to be changed, eh? This will have to be changed because at the moment it's not considering if I'm doing the special attack with the left hand or with the right hand. And that's definitely an issue. Okay, we will have to change that in the future, but not now because it's too complex. It's too complex to change, and I think we can already have a good result just having it on one hand. I mean, on one special attack. So, what do we need to do? We need to identify if we have a special attack. So I think my suggestion is to create a new function, call it check special attack. Have an input which is his right hand, or his primary is the same, his right hand, and this one we'll have to check in our W container and in our scroll box. I mean in our win crosshair. You will have to check if for this particular weapon right right, so it needs to check what is the current index, right? It needs to check the current index, and based on the current index, no, I think we can do something simpler than that. I think we can get the current ability probably out of the scroll. Yeah, probably that's the best idea. So if we can get, I think we are saving. Let me see what we are saving here. We are saving the icon names. So yeah, we have the ability. So I think we can have a function that is called get current ability, get current ability, or get current. Yeah, let's call it ability. Fuck it. Get current ability, and basically get current ability. We'll have to check. Based on these icon names, search the right icon based on name. Yeah, we need to store. We need to store this. This must be promoted to a variable, otherwise. This must be promoted to a variable because we need to keep this to then search by index later on, right? And this is getting initialized continuously, yes. I mean continuously, every time we change the set. Okay. And now we can have our get current ability, which is gonna get our icon names, and then it's going to take now I have no idea if I should use current index, but probably yes. I don't remember if current index is really the one, or if current index is... if current index is the current index. No, I think we need to set it somehow. I think we need to set it. I think if I take current index, it may be a very weird number. Because it depends on the number of icons. Basically, I'm searching the one that you have selected, okay? I'm searching the one that you have selected. And for us, the one that you have selected is position 3. So this one is the one that you have selected. Because the others are scrolling. So I don't know if it's position 2 or position 3. That I don't know. Is either position 1 or position... is either position 2 or position 3. One of these two. One of these two. Zero, 1. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's take 2. Let's take 2. No, sorry. Let's take 3, and then we will see if it's 3 or not. I have no idea. Recalculate icons only if mode is greater than 3. What do you mean recalculate icons only if mode is greater than 3? Because if it's 1, it's just staying. And if it's 2, it's doing the flip-flop. Right? It's doing the flip-flop. When the animation finishes, recalculate all the icons. But I think here is where we are, right? So this is the steady state, right? This is at the end of the animation. So I want to get the number when it's at the end of the animation. So when it's at the end of the animation, my image 3 will be the right index. Right? When I'm at the end of the animation. So I think I will add a variable which is like selected item. And this will be an int. And we are gonna set it up as, for now, as number 3. Okay. And this is in the greater than 3. So if it's not greater than 3, then I have no idea. If it's not greater than 3, I think is because we are scrolling in a different way, right? We are scrolling with a flip-flop. So this is the initial one. after the scroll. After the scroll, yeah, but we need a value also before the scroll. And before the scroll will be anyway number 3, which is here. Right, this is before the scroll. There is before the scroll. There is after the scroll. And then we need also when it does not scroll. Because when we are doing the flip-flop, when we are doing the flip-flop, it is gonna move scroll mode. I mean, in case we only have one icon, I think that will never happen anyway. But in case we only have one icon, our selected item is always 0. And in case we have 2 icons, we have to do it right in the flip-flop, so... I don't know, I need to test it. I have no idea what is the value that is coming out of this, but I think we'll probably be 0 and 1, you know? So when we are flip-flopping between 2, here we are scrolling down, so it means that the resulting element will be 0. And here we are scrolling up, and so the resulting element will be 1. So I think that's what it is. So we get the selected item out of our icon names, and we return the ability, which is a skill ability, and is this one, right? So get current ability. So we need to call get current ability basically. We need to call get current ability for the left or for the right. Right? Maybe. Now that we have the ability, right? Now that we have the ability, we say, is this ability ID equal to -1? Found ability. That is skill ability. Okay. It will be the same for left or right, and then we take found ability, we break it, and we check if this one is equal to -1. It means that is the default, and so our function should return a false. No, I think you can just return because we need to do the check anyway. So, bah, okay, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think we can return the name. We don't need anything else than the name, right? I think we just need the string as an output. So if it's equal to -1, then it's not a special ability, and the skill ability is empty. If it's different than -1, then is a special ability, and the name is the name, right? The name is the name. So this way we are getting the current special ability out, okay? And now we need to call this function. We need to call this function from here. Right? Yeah, this function, boys, is the left click is something, eh? The left click, boys, is something. The graph of the left click is insane. Yeah, and then we have the special case of the bow, but at the moment, special attacks on bow, I think we'll think a bit about it, but because it's a bit complex. But we basically need to do, you know, a check special attacks here. Target is self. Right hand, in this case, is true because we are coming from the left click. And basically if is a special attack, I need way more space. I need way more space. Because here I need to do a branch, right? Can I have a function that is actually returning two type of exit? I mean, can I have a function returning an exec? How is it called? No. Can I have a function returning a route? No, how do you call this thing? Exec. I think it's called exec. No? Strange. Probably not possible, but would have been a good idea. Probably you have to C++ it. Okay. GG. No, it's not for now. Okay, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. So I didn't have to do the branch here, you know. I could have avoided the branch here, but it's fine. So if we check if it's a special attack, if it's not a special attack, we go as usual. If is a special attack, then we need to schedule, right? Then we need to execute a command. So then we need to call execute command. Execute then we need to call on our controller execute command on PC. And the command will be /attack space /attack space the name of the attack. Yes. It is all we need to do. It is all we need to do. And we need to do the same when we are right-clicking. Here. Ouch. With the difference that here we check the left hand. Yes. Okay, we can test it and see what happens. We can test it and see what happens. I think that, I don't know. I think when we do execute command, I really hope we print it out or something. Because if we don't print it out, I hope we print it out. Execute command, wait. Execute command, execute command, yes, execute command. No, we don't print it out. I think I will print it out. Because it's just simpler. I mean, it's the easiest way to see it. It will spam a bit the log, but who cares? I think it's easier for me. Okay, let's recompile this and basically what we want to happen now are two things. One, that I have an empty icon when my ability has only one, well, sorry, when my weapon has only one ability, example the staff. No, wait. When my ability, delete what I said. I will try again. So the first thing we want to see is that we get an additional icon when our weapon has more than one attack. And the second thing, the drum roll, and the second thing we want to happen is that when we click on left or right, is actually executing the special attack that we have selected. Okay, probably all of this is not gonna work, okay, at the first run, but we will see what happens. The fun part is to see what happens. Yeah, I guess the server is still loading. Okay, it did it. It did it! Wow, I have two. I have the shield with special abilities, and I have the sword with special abilities, right? And I have the shield and the sword. So if I go in combat mode and then I scroll the one at the left. Ah, the first one is the default. Why? You see that we have the default now, but is unfortunately the first one. Okay, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to have it as a default. I think it's fine. So let's say that on this side I use the default, and on the right side I use this one, which is beat attack. I think that this one is beat attack. Yes. Now I need someone to kill. Is our mage available here? Thank you. You are very, very dark. But if I press the... You know what I'm thinking is that I should swap the two, because left mouse button, right mouse button. But anyway, if I press the left... Ah, very nice. If I press the left... Oh, fuck. We have the other NPC falling down, bro. Ah. Yeah, GG trying to find the attack in the middle of this mess. Okay. That's a bit annoying. But in theory we have it. The problem is that we cannot see it. Execute command beat attack. You see? He's saying beat attack. Nice. So he actually tried to do beat attack, which is the right one. Yay! Let me try the default. Yes, he's doing default. Oh my god, it's working. It's actually working. This is insane. Side slash. He tried to do side slash. Yes. Yes, it's correct. He's actually correct. Oh my god. If I do the right mouse button. If I do the right mouse button. He's trying to do fast block. Fast block is Let me just see if that's the icon of fast block. Fast block. Fast block. Yes, it is. Oh my god, it's working. It's working at the first try. That's insane. It is. So it's doing. Yeah. So it's trying to execute the proper attacks, boys. It's working. It is working. I mean, it's a bit dark to see, but I know. It's kind of dark. I know. But now I'm trying to make it brighter, okay? I will try to make it bright. Why so dark inside this place? I don't know. Now, the only thing that is a bit confusing is that when I press Q, I am changing the shield, which is actually on my left hand, right? Because the shield is on the left. So visually may be fine, but then I need to press the right mouse button to use the left weapon, right? Because it's the secondary attack. So we always attack with the, so the left mouse button is the primary. But it is very nice. Yeah, there is a problem. So basically when you are in combat mode, the E button, this is something that I may try to fix. When you are in combat mode, E, or we do R, or we do Q for primary and R for secondary. Why this guy is so much in the dark? I have no idea. Why there is no light in that house? I need a creature, but I need a creature that is not falling down. Can I have a creature not falling down? Because I didn't load the wall map, you know. I loaded only a piece of the map. But yeah, you see the map finishes there. I think the left and right is a bit counterintuitive, so I think I will probably swap them. So I will have the left being the right and the right being the left. I mean, like, the opposite of what is now. Can I have any monster or creature or anything? Fuck. No, huh? Ah, I found one. Hello. Hello, little spider. Hello. So that is the default attack, right? Now, yeah, I think we definitely need to swap left and right because it's too annoying. Why if I do side slash or beat attack, it's saying that I don't have the requirements of that attack. He's saying I don't meet the requirements of that attack. I think it happened already before, right? And it was probably because the sword was not in the right category or something. You see, you are speaking with the guy. I'm speaking with the... Hello? Doesn't answer. You're stupid? You're stupid or what? It doesn't answer. Okay. Yeah, but it's because we have the E, which is the same key. So if I want to swap them, what should I do? I should just change the UI to have the left. Wait. I should just have the UI because I want to scroll. What I want to do, I don't know what I want to do. I want to have the Q. The Q should scroll the right side. So the Q should scroll this. But also this should be on the left. Yes. So this should so they need to be inverted, okay? The only problem is that I don't know if you understand. Do you understand the problem? Let me explain it. Who is freaking shooting outside of my house? No, he's not shooting, but there are fireworks. Why there are fireworks outside my house? What is going on? Is it Valentine's Day and someone decided to do fireworks for her, huh? Holy fuck. What is going on? Wait a second, I want to see what is going on. What is going on? Come on. What the hell? I don't know, I'm trying to make a game here. Why they are so noisy? Trying to make a game. We need to be focused, you know? We can't just have fireworks all around. Okay, so the problem is this, okay? The problem is that you have your character in front of you, right? You have your character. It is the head of your character, okay? And these are the shoulders of your character. Maybe not. These are the shoulder, maybe not. These are the, I don't know. Anyway, these are the shoulder of your character, okay? And you see in your right hand your sword, okay? Because it's actually in your right hand. And you see in your left hand the shield, okay? In theory. Right? You see the shield. So this is what you see, assuming that you are looking forward. If you are looking backward, obviously it's the opposite. But when you're attacking something, in theory you are in front of it. So you see him this way. Okay? Now the problem is that your mouse is the opposite. Like in any game. I mean, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Right? Your mouse is the opposite of that. Your mouse is... Your mouse... Mouse. Your mouse is... When you click on this, is the primary attack, and you expect, you know, your sword to do something, right? Because it's your primary attack. When you click on this, you are expecting your shield to do something, right? And so they are actually inverted. But that's the way we play. I don't know why, but that's the way we play. Right? So we raise our shield. We raise our shield on the left, but we click with the right mouse button. Are you with me? I mean, we never block with the left mouse button, right? Now, and you may say, okay, I mean, it's good. You may say, up to now, fine. Okay, up to now, fine. But now there is the problem. The problem is that in our scroll UI, that I don't know where to get a picture of, but anyway, we don't. We have it here. Do we have a picture? Yes, we have a picture. Nice. In our scroll UI, at the moment, is the opposite of this. So at the moment I have the shield on the left. So at the moment, so the question is, where do you want it? Where do you want the thing? At the moment, is like this, is the opposite. So is the shield on the left and the primary attack on the right, visually, right? And why I did it this way? Well, I did it this way because the shield is on the left and the primary attack is on the right. But I think it's very confusing. When I was in the game, it was confusing me a lot. And the point is that we have the Q key, and we have at the moment we have the E key, right, which is just above the keyboard, I mean above the movement, that are doing this, right? And it is very confusing because you are pressing Q, which is at your left, and you see your shield, which is at your left. But so in theory it matches, right? In theory it matches because this is at the left and is affecting the shield, which is at the left. And E is at the right and is affecting the weapon, which is at the right. But actually, in game is super confusing because then you are clicking the left to activate the weapon, and it just looks wrong. So what I'm thinking is that probably, I mean, it can be even a configuration, okay? So you can configure it and we will do it one way or the other. But what I'm thinking is that probably is better if we have it the opposite. Right? So that we have it like this instead. So which one you prefer? Tell me which one you prefer. So imagine clicking your left. You should do it with your mouse, okay? Imagine clicking your left and you see your weapon attacking. And that should be standard, okay? So it should not be something that surprises you. It should be something that is absolutely standard. And then you right click and you block. Okay? So that part should be okay. But then you see this. And you block with your right. And you attack with your and you change the attack with a Q, so with your left. The same. So basically the question is, should this be in sync with the mouse or should this be in sync with the character? I think it should be in sync with the mouse, because you are then clicking, right? You are then clicking. So yeah, I think it should be in sync with the mouse. So compared to what we have it now, I think I need to swap both. I need to swap the position, and then I need to swap the key. The character model doesn't really confuse me. I think keeping side consistent on control side is much more important. Yes, I think so as well. So red should be on the left, right? Because it's basically sync with your mouse. I think your brain, at least my brain, but my brain is synced with the mouse, right? Because it's what I'm moving. Not with my eyes. Even if my character is showing differently, I think in this case, people that are left-handed are kind of gifted, because people that are left-handed could in theory use really the left mouse button to move the weapon on the left. I mean characters that are left-handed, not players. Characters that are left-handed is the perfect sequence, you know? Because everything is on the left. So I think the perfection is actually left-handed people. Even if I think that left-handed people are clicking the right to use the weapon. Yes, I think so. I think left-handed people are clicking the right mouse button to actually do the primary attack. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. So our brain is basically rigged wrong. I mean, compared to the mouse, is rigged the opposite way of what it should be. So I need to invert the position of these two. So this one will have to go here, and this one will have to go here. Right? So now they are inverted. So I see the red on the left. But now I also need to invert the key, because now the Q should not anymore act on this, but should act on this. So how do I do that? So the Q, what? I have no idea. Scroll UI. Wing crosshair. So if it's the right hand, so it's the primary attack. I think it would be easier to call it primary attack. So our brain will be happy if we call it primary instead of right, because actually primary is the left mouse key, but it is the left mouse button. So if it's the right hand, we will have to scroll the left, right, and not the right. So these two are inverted. Okay. Scroll right hand. Well, yes. So this is still correct, because we are scrolling the right hand, but we are scrolling the left panel. Scroll right hand, left panel. Use two separate input action. Yeah, we do that already. So that is already working. It's not a problem. Now we have another issue. So now they will scroll okay. The other issue is that we are using the key, the E key, for interaction. So you can open doors, you can speak with NPC, you can do whatever you want, right? So should we disable the E key in combat mode? That's probably the easiest. That's probably the easiest. So you can still use the E. Because otherwise, you know, in a keyboard, we could go with the R, but the R, we have it on auto run. So you see this? Wait. What is the keyboard? So the E we have it for interaction, and you could say, just use the R, but the R unfortunately at the moment is the auto run, and I don't know what to do. And I don't know what to do. I mean, it could be the F, but I think a Q, asking the people to go Q and F to change the secondary. I mean, they can reconfigure it as they want, but we need to have a default, you know, like a preferred thing. So I'd create separate input action that simply use the same button. Yes, that is what it is. That is how it is now. That is how it is now. And when you attack the spider, you speak with him. You saw that I was speaking with the spider. I was speaking with the spider because I was pressing E, and I was triggering the spider default interaction, which is speak. So what I'm saying, that probably is the same thing that you are saying. What I'm saying is that I could disable default interaction in combat mode. So basically, here I can say if combat mode, don't do anything, and then we solve the problem. The problem will be then that if you are in combat mode, you cannot open a door. You need to go out of combat mode and then open the door and then go back in combat mode. Even if it kind of makes sense, right? Because it's not that you are opening a door with your sword out or whatever, but I think at the moment is the simplest solution. And I would do it in both cases. I would do it even if you, well, maybe, you know what we can do? Wait a second. Because if we hold E at the moment, we are popping up the menu. No, it's even worse. It's even worse. Because we are popping up a menu mid-combat, and that is super annoying. Yeah, so I think we should say that if we are in combat mode, we disable default interaction. Maybe ignore combat action when the player is pointing at the door. No, that would be super annoying. Because imagine that you are in a fight, you know, inside a house, and you are trying to switch your E, I mean your primary attack, but it's full of doors around. There are 4 doors around you, and sometimes it doesn't work, and you open the door instead. I think if you are in combat mode, you are in combat mode. Whatever is around you, you are out for blood, you know. You are. So when you're in combat mode, you manage your special attacks. You don't open door. You don't pick lock. You know, locks. You don't speak with people. You are just fighting. So I think I prefer to do the opposite. So to do what I was saying, which is when you are in combat mode, we disable default interaction. So default interaction is disabled while in combat mode. I think that's much better. May reduce interaction distance so you don't trigger doors around really close. No, I prefer this way. I prefer this way. Now, it will be a bit weird, you know, this will be very weird for the people, I mean, a bit strange for the people that have a different key for interact. So let's say that they put interact on T or something, or on F1 or whatever. So they will press F1 even in combat mode, and they will say, why is not working, right? But they will quickly realize that default interaction doesn't work in combat mode, and they will say, okay, I have to go out of combat mode. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think I like it more this way. I think I like it more this way. Okay, so now we have it split. We have it I mean inverted, right? Let me see how it feels. Because before it was feeling very, very weird. It was feeling like it was the opposite. I mean, seeing my shield on the left menu was so strange. It was like, what the fuck? My shield is on the right. But in reality it's not. If you look at your character, it is not. But for some reason you feel that your shield should be on the right. I don't know why. It's because you're using your mouse you're using your right mouse button to parry, to block. But in reality it's on the other side. I don't know. I mean, it feels strange, but it is what it is. By the way, Piak Machine, did you redeem the alpha or not? I don't remember. But I think you have enough points. You have enough Twitch points to redeem it, probably. No? Okay. So let me see how it feels now, okay? Yeah, it feels so much better already. Yeah, it feels okay. You see that the shield is on the right, but in reality my character has it on the left, right? So it looks like it's not matching, but I can tell you that the feeling is so much better because I'm clicking this one. I'm clicking the same one that I see. And it's so much better. It's so much better. Why I do not meet the requirement? Fuck. I don't have enough strength or something. What I'm missing? Why I cannot do the special attack? I have 0 agility. No, I have 200 agility. What is the problem? You do not meet the requirement. Can we specify a bit better this phrase? Because I think the player will be confused, you know? Like, he has a weapon in his hand, he's trying to do that attack, which is under sword, but it's still, the game is saying, you do not meet the requirement for the attack. What does it mean? What does it mean? You do not meet. You do not meet the requirement of that attack. Check if requirements are met. Can attack. Type requirements and requirements. Type requirements and requirements. I think we should return a more meaningful error message, because so we don't know if we are failing for type or if we are failing for strength or something else. We have no idea. In theory, so we are using beat attack. Beat attack. I'm trying to do beat attack, right? I don't know what I'm trying to do. But anyway, whatever attack I'm trying, let me try them all. But I think whatever attack I'm trying, I get the same. Except for the default one. All the other ones are giving me this message, right? Why? I think we should improve it though, because like, you don't have the right weapon, or you don't have the right whatever. At least checking the weapon type, I think we can. Attack types. Attack types. Attack types and attack. So beat attack. Beat attack is checking. Let me see if there is any other prerequisite. Yeah, there are other prerequisites actually. I need to have at least 50 skill in sword, but yes, I have it. Otherwise, it will not show up. Variable name. Special attack, beat attack. Ah, because this one was given by a quest. This one was given by a quest in the past. No. This should be removed, huh? This should be removed. At the moment, it is expecting me to have this variable set on my character, because it was coming from a quest, and the quest was enabling this particular okay, anyway, it will execute. I think we need to change that. Okay, we need to change that, but I think it will work. Okay, as soon as we so, you know, I can go in, attack, run away, switch my attack, switch my shield, go in again, do an attack with my shield, because we have also attacks with shield. It's a bit of a special thingy, but okay. Let me see what happens now with the. Let me see what happens with the staff, because the staff has yes, because we don't have an icon and we use the same one. We don't have an icon for the special attack. Yes, he cast the spell. You see that he's running away? Because I cast the spell. Now, there was no visual effect, but What do you mean you must face the enemy? What do you mean you must face the enemy? Fuck you. I am facing the enemy. Yeah, you hear the sound? I actually cast the spell. Why didn't die? I don't know, I should have a die animation. Okay, but basically it's working. Okay. So it's working. The only point is that we are missing the icon, but it's working also for the staff, so that's very good. And also in this case, you see, we use the flip-flop. We don't use the scroll. We use the flip-flop because we only have 2 powers. On the right hand. The right hand, I have no weapon equipped, but still it's showing the default on the left, but I think it's okay. No, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's very good. I think it's very good. And by default, when you have your weapon, I have it here on the left. I choose my thingy, and then I attack. And okay, I don't have the requirement. I go to default. I attack, and I think it's very good. I think it's very good, boys! Unfortunately, it's late. But I think we did good. So we finished. I think this mission is basically finished. I'm thinking what we are still missing. But maybe just to improve this, you do not meet the requirements. Right? So they're just returning a meaningful message or something. That would be nice. Even if it's not very easy. Because the requirements, as you can see, are inside scripts, and scripts may change, so it's not super easy to... In theory, should never happen. In theory, that well, should happen if you have the wrong weapon, but you know, if you have the wrong weapon, it will not show up in the menu, right? Because if I change my weapon to be a hammer, right? No, to be a mace. Yes, now I have the mace ones, right? Now I have the mace one. So yeah, there is the same problem where you do not meet, but it's okay. Look at this mace. Take this. Take this. Boom. Ah, you died, huh? Oh, you are trying to run away, but I'm invisible at the moment. I am invisible. I am invisible. Okay, I think it's working, boys. I think we can consider this mission completed. I don't know, but what is left? So we did the UI. We activated. So what we did tonight, we did this. Activate the currently selected attack when you mouse click. I think this mission is done. I think we can move on. And you can test it, okay? So I will release it. I will release it, you can test it. You didn't tell me if you activated the alpha, Piak Nashin. How many points you have? I mean, did you play it or not? Maybe you are a Patreon, I don't know. How do you... You have 13,000 points. And you can redeem the alpha with 8,000. So you can, unless you, I think you didn't redeem it yet, right? You can redeem it right now. There is a redeem alpha. Easy. Profit, you know? Free game. Ah, free game is always nice. Free game. I mean, the game will be free anyway, but in the future. But it's not now. Hula has 69,000 points. Oh my god. Hula is always here, eh? Hula is always here. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go. You can redeem it whenever you want. I think you have to type exclamation mark redeem alpha or something like that. So... I think I'm gonna go, and I will see you tomorrow evening, right? I think we did good. I don't know yet what I will work on tomorrow evening, but probably more talents. Or maybe we can start to work on the factions. Factions could be nice. Okay. So if you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, you can redeem it when I have time to play it. Okay, consider redeem is lifetime, so when you redeem it for your whole life. There is no expiration, but yes, maybe you should redeem it when you can play. There is no expiration. And maybe I will release it free for everyone before you start to play. Okay, and guys, if you want to help us, you can go on Patreon, and which is patreon.com/planeshift. There is actually a new video posted of overview special abilities in combat mode, which is basically what you saw now. So you know it, but not all the people know it. Okay, I see you tomorrow evening, and we continue in our journey to make the best unfinished game ever. Okay. I'm sorry for the people that are joining now. I saw a few people joining, but I need to go because it's late. It's midnight. It's more than midnight. Bye-bye. Where I have to click? I have too many buttons in this thing. Bye-bye. Good night. You're already sleeping, Ola. You're sleeping during my streams, I know. I know, I see you.